Okay. All right. We are live. Everything looks good on my end. I don't know if anyone's in here yet, but if anyone is here, please let me know if I'm looking and or sounding good. The stream quality, obviously, not me. I well aware of my looks, but no, just joking. But yeah. All right. Okay. Now I don't know if that means that there's someone in there. I'm not sure what the go is. All right. Well, we might get started. Now, unless that's mine in there, it means that there's some sort of view going on here. Anyway, that's fine. I'll ignore that and just start, and then this can be turned into a video for watching later. I'm just going to kick right into it. We'll do a bit of a jumble. Did try to mess things up a little bit, but how successful that was, I'm not too sure. Yeah, that's not too bad. Oh, C dot and shift tree should not be right next to each other. They should electric and magnetic. Okay. Sweet. Alright, now everything looks good. have no idea how I can see the chat in OBS, but I can only see it if I look at YouTube. Alright, we'll just have to leave it on that screen. Alright, well, I'm just going to get cranking. Steel's alright. I think it gains fairy typing in a later gen. I never used one. Its design is interesting. I'm torn between C and D. We'll put it in C. Yeah, Steel Coon, flat out D. Slacking is an A tier for sure. If slacking in a randomized game where it doesn't have Truant, absolute S tier, like legendary like or better stats, absolute god tier. But with it only being in randomized games, you have to modify it personally with Truant. It's not quite there, so it can be a solid A tier. C dot, just a base form grass type. Its stats are pretty weak. It is a means to an end. You can get other grass types and grass using Pokemon in early game as well. We'll probably just stick it in D tier. Gulpin. That's D tier for sure. Not really any good. Now I say routes. I hear some people say rolts, but I've always been a routes person. Whether that's right or not, I'm not sure. If anyone, knows for sure, feel free to correct me. But I've always been a routes person. I almost want to put it into A tier because you get a psychic type very early. I know it doesn't learn confusion until level 10 or something, but that is huge. So I'm going to put routes in A tier. Gardevoir was right behind it, and that's going to go in S tier. Always good to have a strong psychic type, and Gardevoir having such an awesome variety of moveset, like that it can learn for TMs and stuff. You can teach it pretty much any kind of type coverage move. Very, very handy. And it looks cool as well. Do a little bit more of a quick shuffle. Masquerain. C tier. I always wanted one after watching what's that guy's name, that dick that May hates or whatever it is that does the contests and stuff. Yeah, always wanted one, but it's actually pretty weak. It looks cool, but we're just going to put it in the C tier. Nincada this is where it's going to get a little bit funky. So Nincada is going to be at least a B tier, and that's because I've got a playthrough that's going to be coming out whenever I hurry up and edit it. That's going to go on the Snow Phoenix Plays channel, where I do an Emerald ground type only Nuzlocke, and Nincada's ground type, so can't evolve it, but you can use Nincada, and don't want to spoil anything, but a lot better than what I thought. So I'm going to put it into solid B tier. Whismur, straight down there. Torkoal is an interesting one. I always loved Torkoal. It was cool in the anime. Fire type isn't exactly dominant in Hoenn. There's a lot of water. It is hard using fire. There's a lot of weaknesses to it. You have to go through areas where it's just raining, which is not ideal for it. But I don't mind it. I'm going to put it in B tier only because Maze can also be extremely annoying. So yeah, we're probably just going to stick it there. If I use one a bit more, it'll get bumped up, but I think B's fine. Loudred, I think it's just a C tier, like it's a normal type. I don't really use the Whismur line, but yeah, it's alright. Now, Combuskin, A tier. When you pick Torchic, you have to evolve it into Combuskin if you're going to use that to beat Roxanne. Double kick, awesome. Peck, another type coverage move. Not that you pretty much what it's strong against. You've got coverage with fire anyway, but it's still handy to have. Combuskin can go there in A tier. Azuriel, don't know. We'll put it just above Whismur, just because Whismur just no good. Mightyena. Now, anyone that either knows me or has watched any of the other videos, you know that I love the dogs and big fan of the dog Pokemon. Mightyena is pretty cool. The only thing that kind of knocks it back for me is how common it is. Obviously, all the evil team leaders use it. Their grunts use it. You can, like, get them all through. It's in the wild everywhere, either that or Puchiena. But I do really like it. I think it's a solid B tier. Its design is cool, but it's just so flooded is the only thing that I think does any damage to it. But we'll put it top of B tier. Marshtomp, straight up to A tier as well. Similar to Combusken, but obviously when it gains ground typing upon evolving into Marshtomp, you also get Mudshot. So Mudshot, huge. When you're fighting against, especially Watson, like, it just walls him. Obviously, you're quad weak to Grass, but Grass is, aside from your rival, if they pick, well, obviously if you have Mudkip, they'll have Trico. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, shit. Yeah, no worries. Thanks, man. Like I said, once I finish up here, we'll jump into yours. So, thanks for stopping in and leaving a like. I'm keen for yours tonight too. Looking forward to it. So, yeah, I'll catch you soon. What do we got here? Trapinch. It's hard to... I think I'm going to have to put Trapinch in C. Flygon, big fan of Flygon, as we can see later on. Just trying to make sure that's a bit shuffled up. Yeah, big fan of Flygon, and Trapinch means to an end. Obviously, it doesn't have the Dragon typing yet. I would prefer if... I know it would make it a bit more broken, but if you could get it, say, between the second and third gym, rather than between the third and the fourth, or the fourth... No, it's between the fourth and the fifth, isn't it, by the time you get the goggles? Yeah, if you could get it somewhere after beating the second gym, whether it's in the third or around that point, or if you get access to the desert after beating the third gym, just so you can't use it again, Watson, that's fine. But yeah, it takes a little while, and then to get it all the way up to level 45 can be a little bit of a struggle, but we'll see how we go. Delcatty. Delcatty, still a C tier. Like, it's a normal type. I think it might be one of the ones that gains fairy typing later in, but it's nothing great. Sableye, I'm just gonna have to put that in C tier as well. Never use one. Like, its design's kind of cool with the gemstones, and the fact that these games, Ruby and Sapphire, are being gemstone and Emerald are all gemstone names. I like that that's a little quirk that they've put in, the rubies and the sapphires there. But never really used it. Not a massive fan. Okay, if anyone's watched either of the first two videos, you'll know that I talk about legendaries being usually automatic S tier. This is where that definitely changes. The Regi Trio, trash. The story, it's cool that you have to go through an extra few processes, you know, the Whale Lord and the Relicanth and all that sort of stuff, digging in the right spot to unlock them. That's cool. It's a nice feature to the games. But you go to all that effort, and they're just no good. Their typing's not great. Their movesets aren't great. If you're playing a randomized game and you run into them, they can just blow up on you before you catch them. No good. So, C tier for the Regis. I almost think they should be top C tier, just as, like, I don't know, you're a legendary, so you get a little bit of a bump. But, yeah, not a fan of the Regi Trio. Tailo, B tier. I know it's the standard normal type flying Pokemon for you run through, you get it early. But a Tailo is really good for when you go against Brawly. I'm trying to think of his name. Yeah, Brawly. Having a Tailo, some flying type coverage is good. Swellow's a sick Pokemon. Obviously, it's not extremely powerful, so it's not going to get too much higher than that. But yeah, I think it's semi-decent. Numel. I usually go with Numel. Might be Numel. If it is, people let me know. Again, it's a fire ground type, so I did use it in my run. The ground type only Nuzlocke. It's not great. It's a little bit of coverage with some fire moves, but hardly. When it evolves, obviously it gets a bit more of a buff in its defense and special defense, I'm pretty sure. But as it is, yeah, we'll just put it there as type coverage. Lairon, it's a cool design. I don't mind steel types, and it is a cool design, but it's not great. The fact that you have to train it up a lot to get it to evolve as well into Aggron, not ideal. I'm going to put it in C tier. Meditite, you're going to have to be high D tier. Deoxys. Okay, so this is going to be one that comes back to the legendary ruling, but I don't know if I can put it in S tier. It basically, I've never caught one, never used one. I'm actually going to be doing a randomized run through of Sapphire. Is probably what I'm looking to do as the next sort of streams. And maybe we'll come across one in that. Hopefully catching, not fighting. But yeah, haven't really used the Deoxys before. I think it's a cool Pokemon, and the different forms that you can have is a cool concept as well. But I can't say I know a ridiculous amount about it due to using it. It's got some cool cards, so I'm just going to put it in A tier. But yeah, I don't think I can quite justify S tier. Medicham, I guess you can be a B tier Pokemon. Grumpig, garbage, but it's a cute pig thing, so we'll just give you a little bit of a bump to B. Groudon could be a lot better. I won't lie. It's a big, bulky legendary. It has a sick design. Put it high A tier for now. I might bump it up to S tier. We'll see how we go. Manectric. Oh, I love electric types. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put Manectric in S tier. I really like the Pokemon. It's cool. Electric coverage is awesome, especially in Hoenn. You can get one fairly early, catch an Electrike on route, was it 112 or whatever, above Slateport, and you can have one before... I mean, technically, you can have it before fighting the second gym, if you do it in that order, if you deliver the letter and then go to Slateport before fighting Brawly, which is pretty cool. But, yeah, I think it's decent, so we're going to go S tier. Well, yeah, but I haven't used Deoxys, though. Like, depending on the form you get, it can be so frail. But one thing I will say about it, man, is one of the first raid, well, not one of the first raids I did, but the first ever Deoxys raid I did in Pokemon Go, absolutely shafted me. Nothing but excellent throws, golden razzes, bang, bang, bang. Nah, couldn't catch it. So I'm a little bit scarred from that as well. No, as a I don't want to say early present for the stream, but I'll trust you. I'll give it the bump, but it'll be at the bottom of S tier though. I'll compromise with you there. All right. S for Shed. S tier for Deoxys. Done and done. Breloom, big fan. Aside from your quad weakness to flying, I really like Breloom. Yeah. You could be helping me too, though. If I want to be able to use it in a playthrough, and it does look sick. So, but if it ends up being trash, then I've got to have words with you. Yeah, Breloom, awesome. Fighting type, grass. Really, really cool Pokemon. The design is not too bad. It could definitely be a lot better, but it's not too bad. So, I like Breloom. And if you don't have a grass type on your team, you don't pick that starter. Did you catch him the normal way? Like how you had to get that ticket and all that sort of stuff? Or did you have a random thing like what I'll probably end up doing? While we wait for that. Yeah, Aron, steel type. It's a cute little thing, but Yeah, it's not great. Trico, I almost want to put all of the. Now I'm gonna put Trico in S tier. I really like Trico as a starter. It's one of my. I don't want to say it's my favorite base form starter because that's a huge call, but it is right up there. Um, oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's pretty much not too long after they came out, but yeah, that was the way to do it. I didn't really get too many trades. Obviously, like it was just me growing up, so I didn't have too many things. But sometimes we could do something with friends from school. Ended up trading to get a couple of evolutions and stuff. But yeah, the trade that makes a lot more sense. Everyone has that friend or whatever that like just knew all the hacks and the codes and all that sort of cheats and stuff to be able to get the things on the actual cartridges. So yeah, that's cool. Plus all like I know I talk about electric types, but they ain't any good. They're cute for sure. We'll put them in C tier just for their cuteness, but that's as far as they're probably going to go. Cascoon, same as Silcoon. Good for training. If you know when you find them in the forest, they just know Harden. Good for the XP, but aside from that, eh. Claydol. Another thing that I used in the ground only type run and was very handy. Its type coverage is cool. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I wouldn't have had I've not done that playthrough. It would have just been average B tier, but it's a pretty decent Pokemon. I didn't do a particular strategy that you can do with it with substitute and all that sort of stuff, but if you do that, it's a beast. This one's a Volbeat, isn't it? And the purple one's Illumise. Yeah, Volbeat. It's like a worse Ledian. Yeah, I've never been a massive fan of them. Never caught them. Never really used them. The design's alright. Look like the B movie sort of style, but yeah. What have we got here? Wingull. Pico. Cool type coverage. Flying and water is a bit of a niche one. You've obviously if you're going to be weak to rock, but then you've got your water coverage for that. That's cool. Quad weak to electric though, not ideal. There's not a massive amount of electric types in obviously in Hoenn, but we'll just put it there in C tier. Yeah, you can actually see your face in the sprite, so you can go one step above. Altaria, absolutely frustrating to fight. If you can't one-shot it with an Ice Beam or Thunderbolt or something, and it starts setting up Dragon Dance and is it double? Yeah, double team. It's not minimize. It's double team. Can really wall you. So I'm going to put it in A tier because it's a sick Pokemon. I haven't really used one, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it can just go in A tier. Roselia, I don't mind Roselia. I always liked it as a kid. I have hardly ever used it in a playthrough. Obviously, I either have Magnetric for coverage that most of the coverage that grass would give you, or a combination of Magnetric and a water type, and you're pretty much set. But Roselia is pretty cool. It's not the most powerful. I like Roselia's design a lot better than Roserade's, but yeah, solid B tier. Linoon, B tier as well. Can be really, really powerful. I think it's Flygon HG did a video about how you can sweep the Elite Four with just a Linoon set up with, I think it's Belly Drum, Substitute, something else, or Slash or something like that. But it's cool. It has the pickup ability as well, which is always nice if you find extra potions and berries and maybe even a random Master Ball if you're really lucky. Swellow A tier. Pretty much what I was talking about with Talo. It's a cool flying type. Its design is really cool. I think it's based off, is it a robin? With the red-breasted robin or whatever it is. But it's got a very streamlined look to it. I like its design, and I use one in 99% of my normal, non-randomized sort of style Hoenn runs. Okay. Glalie. Ice typing, cool. I think I only ever used one once when... Might have been Pokemon X or Pokemon Sun and Moon. There was like a random demo you could download on the 3DS, and then... I'll put it in B tier because of that usage. Yeah, so there was this random demo you could play, and it led to you finding the Glalie, catching it, and then you could then transfer it to, like, if it was, say it was X and Y, you could then transfer it into X and Y when you got the actual game a few months later. It was a cool concept by Pokemon. I wish they did that a little bit more, but yeah. So we'll put it in B tier from that sort of nostalgia there. Mokuhita, also in B tier. Fighting type, pretty sparse. Obviously, there's combo fighting types, Blaziken, Combusken, Breloom, all that sort of stuff. But a straight fighting, actually, you know what? On second thought, I'm going to drop it to C tier. Its annoyance with Brawly, if it sets up too much, yeah, I'm going to drop it down. Carvanha, rough skin is an absolute pain. Of all the fish, just like plain fish Pokemon, Carvanha, Magikarp, Remoraid, Finian, all those, Carvanha is definitely the best design. It's menacing, it's cool, but rough skin is a pain if you're using a grass type against it, like Leaf Blade, and you get hurt by it. Electric types only, but I do like... No, we'll put it in C. I do like its design. Surskit, yeah, it's got water type coverage. You can get bubble or something on it, but it's very frail. Interesting looking thing. It's like a dumpling with legs, which I like dumplings, but yeah. Or maybe not a dumpling, maybe like a pork bun, combination of one of those two with string legs, but yeah. It is what it is. Another Reggie. I like Regirock's design the most of the three, I think. Tie between that and Registeel. But yeah, like I said before, the Reggies, you go through a lot of effort for it, but which is a cool concept in the game, but then you're rewarded with 3 trash Pokemon. It's not great. Sharpedo, I like Sharpedo. B tier. I actually have never really used one. I have to, and I want to, and I'm intentionally going to make some runs in the future that are either water or dark or something based so that I can 100% use one. I like sharks. Blue's my favourite colour. It just all works. Ludicolo is going to be one of the biggest tear decisions for me. It is a great Pokemon. It's cool. Got that Mexican vibe, but it's an absolute pain in the ass to fight in, if you're playing Emerald and it's Wallace as the champion. It's a real pain. It can absolutely wall you. We'll put it in B tier though. Nuzleaf, yeah, it's just a C tier Pokemon. Poochyena, I'm going to put it in the top of C, bottom of B. We'll put it in B tier. We love the dog Pokemon. It's not necessarily great. If you get it early and you can get bite on it, I suppose it's not too bad. But you get it, say you get an early game, you're up against then Rock, and then Fighting, and then by that time when you evolve it into Mightyena, you've got other coverage moves before it kind of really becomes overly useful. But it's a cool dog Pokemon, and it looks cute, so... Wailord, I'm going to have to put in B as well, only because, yeah, I've never really used it aside from getting it to unlock the Reggie Trio thing. The quest you got to do for that. But massive thing, absolutely massive. Shedinja? I'm going to put it in C tier. Because obviously having Wonder Guard, which is a sick ability, absolutely broken in a randomized game, and I've watched a few people doing just Shedinja runs and all that sort of stuff, but it would be so frustrating. It's just a husk of a Pokemon as it is, but Wonder Guard gives it into C tier. Hariyama can go into A tier. Yeah, we'll leave it in A tier for now. Might drop it down to B. But fighting type is good. It's a very bulky, very strong, hard-hitting fighting type. You can obviously catch Mokuhita pretty early and get a Hariyama quite early on. So we'll give it that. Rayquaza. Straight into S tier. Triple P's in the house. What's going on? Happy birthday, guys. Happy birthday. Hang on, what am I missing? Oh no. Oh no, I'm not sure what's going on. But Triple P in the house. Skitty. Yeah, Skitty's a D tier. It's cute, but it's not great. Ninjask. I haven't really used one, but it does have a sick looking design. I'll put it in B tier. Feebas is going down in D tier. It's like Magikarp, but it's more frustrating. It's not level 20. You've got to do all the friendship, all that shenanigans to get it up to a Milotic. But the worst part is it's only found in 6 tiles in the game, and it's randomly generated which tiles are those 6 tiles, and it's not that's the only thing you can counter in those 6 tiles. So absolute pain in the ass to find, so you can stay in D tier. Curlier. It's hard to put routes in A tier and Curlier not. It's just it's a better version. Obviously, it doesn't have the same perks. You don't get it quite as early. Obviously, you have to level it up to evolve. But yeah, having that psychic typing is very nice. Swalot can just be a C tier. Again, never really used it. I don't know how... we'll put Puzzle down there. Yeah, I don't know how great it is. The typing's a bit funky. So, Poison isn't exactly advantageous in the run. But, yeah, it's got a cool little moustache thing, so it can be in C tier. Now, I love Corphish. I think it might have been because Ash had his Corphish in the anime, but it was really, really cool. I haven't really used one, because generally your water type, you've either got your starter, you've got like a Gyarados, a Tentacruel, something real strong and beefy. So you don't often use one. You can't get it till pretty late anyway. I think it's Good Rod or Super Rod in Petalburg. Might be the earliest you can get it. But yeah, I really like Corphish. We'll put it in B tier purely because I haven't really used it much before. It should be A, but we'll stick it in B tier. Shelgon's a B tier as well. I like the design of the bag online, but Shelgon is frustrating. You have it for 20 levels before you get to Salamence, and it could look a lot cooler. Grovyle's an S tier as well. Again, in the anime, it's really cool. Its Leaf Blade is awesome. It's based off how cool all 3 of the starters are. I think the Trico line is the best grass line starter. I love Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. But I think for pure coolness, power factor, you don't have that dual typing with poison, but it is just flat out grass. But yeah, very, very big fan. Slackoth is extreme. I'm going to have to put it into C. It's not a D tier. It does have Truant, but it's not a D tier because you need Slackoth to get some powerhouse. And it's a sloth. It's a cool, sleepy sloth. Like, what's not to love? Pelipper into B tier. It's like I was talking about with Wingull before. Having that extra water coverage to semi-negate that, or neutralize your rock weakness, basically. Gives you a little bit more type coverage. Quad weak to electricity. Not great, but just a massive pelican gullet. Like, it's a cool design, and it's something that I'm surprised they didn't go with properly earlier in Pokemon, but I like it. Alright, so where are we at? So we've got about 20 minutes until Shed stream, where at least halfway through. And yeah, we'll keep moving on and then jump into sheds when he is up and running. Shift Tree. Shift Tree could be, like, it's not a bad Pokemon, but it could be so much better. Actually, let's move Ludicolo up here. Yeah, Shift Tree could be, and Shop here. Shift Tree could be so much better. It's typing Grass Dark. It's not terrible. I kind of like the Leaf Hands styling. It's not a bad Pokemon, but it's just not the best. Exploud, like, it's just a fully evolved. I can give it B tier, just for the fact that it's a fully evolved normal mon, but it's nothing special. Never really used one. I don't think its stats are overly great, but yeah. Wurmple will go down here as well. I'm gonna put Wurmple above the others just because, look at it. It's cute. It knows that it's got heaps of potential to be all these different things. We're just gonna leave it there. Seviper, B tier. I'm not a snake fan, but Seviper is very cool. Always like Jesse's in the anime. That poison tail, very nice. I haven't really used one before, but I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if it works on the emulators too, but on the old Game Boy games, if you were playing with a GBA or a SP, and you kind of tilted it down like this, the colouring would change from sort of purple to blue or vice versa, which was something that didn't happen with other Pokemon. It was just that. So I thought that was a little cool Easter egg. Armaldo is going to be B tier. I don't really use the fossil Pokemon, but it is also frustrating to fight Stevens in the post game. Well, actually, does he have it in the Pokemon League in Ruby and Sapphire? I'm just trying to think now. I haven't played them in that long. I've mostly played Emerald. But there is going to be... Sapphire is the run that I'm looking to do next. Probably live streaming it. So, it's going to be randomized. So I'm not even going to know from that. Never mind. Camerupt. Also used it in the ground playthrough recently. That I haven't edited, ready to upload yet, but will be happening shortly. So... its design is cool. It's got, it's that derpy looking fire camel. We'll put it into... it's quad weak to water. Now, you know what? I'll put it here with Ludicolo. It can be buddies there. Spoink. Like, it's a cute thing. We'll just put it low C tier. It's not great. Boltoy is going to get a little bit of a bump into the C tier areas because it's like a Beyblade. Not as much as Hitmontop in the Pokemon Stadium 2 minigame, but it's still like a Beyblade. So we can chuck it in there. Cacturn. Never really used the Cacnea lineup. Scary looking Scarecrow. Grass Dark, same as Shift Tree. We'll put it there with the Reggies. Spinder, I'm going to put in D tier. It is so frustrating in Pokemon Go to get all the bloody same, all the different symbols and stuff. Very frustrating. Latios, I don't know if I can put it in S tier. They look sick. I never really catch them and use them. So, it's hard to say. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, no, if Groudon's high A tier, I can't put Latios above Groudon. So I'll put it with it, and then if we decide to bump them up later, then it can get up. Zigzagoon, they're a dime a dozen. We'll put it in D tier. It does have... I think Zigzagoon also gets the pickup ability. So for that, we will bump it up to C tier, actually. But, yeah, that's probably the highest it goes. Torchic, A tier. Trico is my favourite base form. Starter, maybe of all time. But definitely of Gen 3. Torchic's cool. It's cute. Fire type, bit of flying. It's a cool design. But I don't think it can crack S tier. Gorbis, it can just be a C tier as well. I never go to the trouble of doing the trades, the deep sea tooth, deep sea scale to, make that happen. But yeah, it's a flimsy little fish thing. Electric. I want to put... Yeah, I'm going to put it in A tier. It's got that coverage. You get Spark on it. I think it evolves before you... Oh, you might be able to teach it TM Thunderbolt, but it evolves 24 or whatever level it is, or 26, into Manectric. It's got a pretty cool design. Manetric's obviously a lot cooler, but it's not too bad at all. It's like a little electric small dog, which is cool. Beautifly, C tier. No, we can put it up here. Yeah, C tier. I've probably used a couple of times. I think Butterfree, its looks is really cool, but I think Butterfree's type coverage moves are a lot better if you were looking for a quick bug evolution. Nosepass, it's like a Stonehenge looking thing. Yeah. Flygon, that is an S tier. I like it. It's a cute Pokemon. It's powerful. I used one in that ground run that I'm editing to get ready to upload now. Well, I say now, but it's on my to-do list. But yeah, Flygon is sick. You got some cool type coverage. You can teach it Flamethrower. I don't know if you can teach it Ice Beam, but you can teach it a few elemental moves. Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, all that stuff that it'll have. Very cool. Earthquake, nice. Stab Earthquake on this, whew, huge. Really, really like Flygon. Celio is going to be B tier. It's a cute fat seal with a big moustache. What's not to like there? Yeah, Cacnea, probably going to have to go in D. Blaziken, here is another S tier. Oh, hang on, sorry, Deoxys is supposed to be back there. Yeah, here, Blaziken is another S tier. Yeah, we'll put it above Trico. It's really cool design. It's cool in the anime. I think what's his name? Harrison, that guy that fights Ash. So you get introduced to it in Johto as a kind of the early sneak peek along with Kecleon. Very, very cool. Firefighting, awesome coverage. Blaze Kick, Stab, Boom. Love Blaziken. Registeel, the same as the other Reggies. You go through so much effort and you're left with something that's not exactly that great. Shroomish. Obviously I prefer Breloom to Shiftry, so if I had to pick a grass Pokemon to go early game, Shroomish, and it can come in handy if you have Torchic as your starter when you fight Roxanne. So I'll put it into B tier. Grumpy looking, what are they called in Mario? The Tumba things, those little brown things. It's a grumpy little grass type, one of them, but Love Disc can just go into C tier. I think the heart love thing's cool, but it's obviously not that great a Pokemon. And you can't even get it. Like, if you could get that very early on in the game, say it was one of the first few encounters you could get in maybe Dewford with the Old Rod or something, that would be cool to pair with a Torchic, but you can't get it till after you got the 7th badge or something. Like, poor planning by Pokemon. But Swablu, it can probably just be C tier. It's only flying type. The fact that it doesn't have dragon typing yet kind of hinders it a bit. I like its little cloud wings. It's cool, but it's not the best. Relicanth can just go down here. Again, you never used it. The only time I've ever gotten it was to activate the Reggie story. Dustox, where is Beautifly? It is I prefer the look of Beautifly. Dustox, I think, is more useful in battle, but I prefer Beautifly over it. Whereas Plusle can just go there. Lotad. Lotad's interesting. It's kind of like its bottom half is almost Perry the Platypus, which obviously gives it a huge bump. You get it very early. It's a very good companion to have with your say Torchic, if that's your starter, coming up to Roxanne. Being able to learn grass and water type moves is cool. Ludicolo's cool. We'll put it in B tier. Mudkip is an A tier. I think I prefer Torchic as a, well, generally as a starter, but yeah, Mudkip's sick. Latias, where is Os? Just there. They're cute, they're cool, they're powerful. I am still contemplating putting those legendaries up into S tier. I think because I hardly ever used these ones, I've only ever caught them in games. I think it might be either Heart Gold, Soul Silver, maybe it's X and Y where you have to go through those portals to catch them after you beat the game. I don't really have them, that's a post-game feature in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. So, yeah, they're hard to obtain. Getting them in a randomized game and using it would probably get me to bump it up. What is it? Psychic Dragon is a really cool combo. I'm pretty much talking myself into putting him into S tier, but we'll wait and see. Lunatone, I really like the Sun and Moon theme of Solrock and Lunatone. They are frustrating with Tate and Liza, so for that, it's going to stay in C tier. But for a cool concept, yeah, I definitely don't mind it. Kyogre, huge. Beast. Kyogre with what? Surf, Ice Beam, whatever else. Huge. Absolute weapon. Sick design. Yeah, we're doing it. Taught myself into it. And unfortunately, that does support the default legendaries into S tier. But the Reggies prove that wrong. Where's Lunatone? Solrock can go right next to you. Barboach, I always thought was just extremely underrated. Extremely average. But I now think it, or more so Whiscash, is underrated. I used it in the ground playthrough. So I'm going to put Barboach into C tier. But yeah, not, spoiler alert. We'll bring those forward a bit. Whiscash is going to be higher than that. Aggron. I'm going to have to put it into B tier. I've never really gone to all that effort of using it. It's a bit of a struggle. It's what, 45 is, I think. The only time I've ever really gotten there is by catching a Lairon in Victory Road and then leveling it up. But at that point in the game, you have a pretty solid team. If I got it early in, say, a randomized game, it's a big tanky thing, then I would prefer it. But yeah. Jirachi, its cuteness is cool. It's the Celebi Mew equivalent. What is it? Steel Psychic? I think Steel Psychic. Never used one before. I don't think I've ever gone through any of the ways to catch it. It feels rude putting it into A tier when it could be, they're all looking down on it, and I don't want it to feel left out. It's too cute. I don't want it to feel sad, so we're going to put it into S tier. Wailmer, water types are a dime a dozen in Hoenn. Wailord is cool. Wailmer, you have to evolve it at level 40, I'm pretty sure it is. Is that right? Or is it 20? Is it in the 30s? But whatever it is, it's late. It's not that early. Yeah, it can just stay there. Metang, can put in B tier. It's at least a cool looking upgrade. I think Bagon looks cooler than Shelgon, but I think Metang is cooler than Beldum. So for that, it can go into B tier. Swampert. Big S tier Swampert. I'm almost going to do it. It's going to go here, and that might end up there by the end of this video. Swampert, absolute beast of a starter. Water ground, yeah, quad weak to grass, but aside from your rival, you don't have to deal with a lot of grass. It was my starter and carried me, well, didn't carry me through, but had that for my ground Nuzlocke, and yeah, it was. I already like Swampert, but I got even more of an attachment to it from that run. It is a very cool Pokemon. Speaking of things we've got an attachment to from a run, right up there with it, Absol. Absol is one of my favorite Pokemon. I did the Absolo run on the channel however many months ago. That was really fun. Absol is a sick Pokemon. It's a lot more powerful using it with the Sword Stance strategy and Sword Stance / Calm Mind plus its attacking moves. The fact that I could beat all of Emerald with just that, including Steven, yeah. It's going on top. Yeah, Beldum, bit of a C. It's a C tier. Metang looks cooler. It is what it is. I'm going to give Crawdon. Corfish probably should be an A tier for my liking for it. I haven't really used it, but Crawdon can carry it over the line into A tier. Water Dark, sick, awesome style, very nice. Sceptile, it's a trend, but for good reason, is going up to S tier as well. Slam, Leaf Blade, whatever you use on it, it's a weapon. Grass typing often doesn't have the most powerful Pokemon, but Sceptile is sick. Lileep. Lileep's, yeah, it's Lileep and then Cradily. Lileep can, I guess, just be a D tier. Like I said, I never used the fossils. Salamence, S tier. It's Dragon. It's sick. The only downfall is that you don't get it until level 55. And for that, I think it can just be chilling down here in the bottom end of S tier purely for that. But it's a sick design. It's really strong. It's really cool. I like Salamence. Cradily. Hang on. Where's I'll put Armaldo up there, but Cradily can go lower. Cradely's worse to deal with against Steven. Anorith, you can go with Lileep though. Cast form. I know that Michael from M&J TV loves cast form, and part of that was because everyone hates it. It's cute, yep, but what's going on here? Its usefulness is poor. You get one for free. You literally have to be given one to want to use it. They have to give you it for free to try and incentivize people using them. It's an interesting concept changing with the weather, but the fact that is so finicky, you'd have to have, say, two elemental moves for weather conditions on it / on other members of your team just to make it work, and you have to keep doing it. I'll put it in C tier for its unique, ability changing form. Kecleon, it just gets in the way. Shuppet, we'll put low C tier. Ghost type's cool. We'll put Banner in higher C tier. Walrein, absolute tank. We'll go A tier for Walrein. Probably about here. It is a beast. I very rarely used it, but I do see other people have used it in some playthroughs, and it is just a bloody weapon. It's bulky, powerful, and it looks pretty cool. Duskull, I like Duskull. I'm going to put it in B tier purely because I like it as a Pokemon, because I really like Dusclops. I have no justification for it. It's got a pretty cool, is it EX Ruby Sapphire card or Fire Red? No, it wouldn't be Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's Gen 3. But whatever series card it came out in that sort of 2005 era, that holo, it's a cool card. I like it. I can't explain why. I just always liked it. It's just a cool looking Pokemon to me. Tropius, it's a flying type that what, it's supposed to flap with those leaf wings to get itself up there? I don't think so. I think it's a sham, and it can go at the bottom of C tier. Vibrava. Vibrava was actually a lot better than I thought. Obviously, Flygon is far superior, but Vibrava was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So it can go in B tier. Chimecho, they have a psychic type, and they make it garbage. And then what do? They make a baby version of an already weak garbage Pokemon. It's cute, it's cool, and in the anime it is pretty cool. So I'm going to give it top of D tier, but it is not great. Why not? Why not just put it in D tier? Snorunt, ice type, but frail. Its design is not bad. I'll put it low C tier purely for its design. Clamperl, the same thing. Little sleep and pearl thing there. That's cute, but like, you're not going to catch a Clamperl, trade it over. It's not worth it. Milotic is up in A tier. It would be higher because it is like, it's a gorgeous looking sick Pokemon, but it is so frustrating to fight against if it sets up. So it can stay in A. Huntail, where's Gorbis? It can just go right with that. Zangoose. I like Zangoose. I want to do probably a solo Zangoose run, but I only did the Absol not too long ago as one of my first runs. Or I think it was my first run on the channel, but I want to do a Zangoose one. I'm going to put it into A tier. I think it's awesome looking. Its power is cool. As soon as I use one, it's going to be bumped straight up to there. But for now, we're just going to leave it in A tier. Vigoroth. I often use Vigoroth more so because I hate Truant. Slacking is a beast, but it's hard missing every second turn, where you don't have that issue with Vigoroth. But it is obviously a fair chunk weaker. It's not as... I'll put it there with Zangoose. Yeah, that's probably fair. Whiscash. This sucker, hero. I don't want to spoil a lot of things, but absolute hero for that ground type run. So I'm going to put it straight up to the top of A tier. It's not quite S tier. I don't think it deserves that, but the one that I had in that run is a hero. Bagon. Where did I put Shelgon? Shelgon's here. Yeah, I like Bagon better than Shelgon. It's not an A tier, I don't think, because you can't get... So you don't get it until what? After you get Waterfall? Is that 8th gym or 7th? No, that's 8th gym. Yeah. What? Make it a bit more accessible early on. Different story, but until then, it can stay there. Metagross, I should say the same thing. You know, you can't get it until you get given the Beldum. I think that's after the... Oh, that's after the Elite Four. Yeah, because you get Dive after you beat the gym, and then is it after you beat the Elite Four? You get Beldum, or is it after you beat the 8th gym? Either way, very, very late. Lombre, sick name. Again, that Mohican vibe. I'll put it with Lotad. But yeah, we'll probably leave it like that. See, we got the Spheal. It's Chonk. Spheal, cute. It's a little chonk. It can go up there, sort of high B tier. Yeah, it's cute. It's a little chonk. We like Spheal. Where are we? That is it. Just have a quick look over. I think ordering in S tier, you know, it's hard to put Swampert above Gardevoir because I use it in like 99% of my normal non-modified playthroughs of Gen 3 or of Hoenn. Its type coverage is sick. I think it could stay there. Flygon, cute. It's awesome. Love it. think it all looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't think there's anything too major that I'd like. We could be real finicky and fine tooth comb go through, but on average, most of the things are where in some kind of order in their lines. Some are pretty much even with a lot of others, so you can't really, like Vibrava. I think is better than those, but yeah, it's not a massive change. So I think that's pretty much it. I think we're pretty much sorted. What's the time? 6:35. So Shed will be streaming too. I'm not sure if there's anyone still in this chat. If anyone is still watching. If they are, we're probably, unless people want to see something else or whatever, I'll just jump over. I'll just bring up the link to Shed stream. He should be live. He is live. I've just opened up and he has pulled a sick Raikage card already. There is an awesome looking Minato. I'm just going to drop his link just here. Alright, so that is the link to the anime Shed. If anyone is here, it's hard to tell in the studio thing here. It says that there's concurrent viewers, but then I don't know if that's actually the case. Either way, if there is someone here, no matter who, if you've been here for how long, but I want to say thank you to everyone who has been here and has been watching. Appreciate all the love. I'll probably have this video mainly as a setup to go as a like normal, just leave it on the channel, normal video. So what I'll do now is I've got his link up there. I reckon we will jump into that. We'll do the if anyone is here, which I don't know, just do the hashtag snow raid. If anyone is there, and we will jump over to Shed. So again, thanks to anyone and everyone that's been watching. Any opinions, feel free to let me know. Reasonings, or yeah, definitely if you anything that is a bit of a disagreement, for sure, let me know. But other than that, this is how it looks for now. I'll redo this along with my Kanto and Johto ones in probably a few months. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and until next time, see ya.